Hi guys, this is the first video for 2025. I'm currently on break. Let's see, what time is it? It's early in the morning. I think it's like 5 o'clock. I don't know. What am I doing right now? No, time is 5:23. So what I'm doing right now is I'm planning some excursions that I'm going to be doing when I go to Bali in June. So my cousin, who travels extensively, he connected me with a driver. So I'm just planning out my itinerary for things to do at that time. I'm going to post more content in 2025 and be more active. I do have some videos, but life kind of gets in the way. Everything is definitely still unedited. I have not learned to edit yet. Some of the new questions that I have, outside of the ones that I have already answered, and things that have arose. One, what do I plan on doing with my home? I mentioned it earlier. I plan on renting. Fun fact, guys, I did rent to a fellow travel nurse that I had met while I was currently working. I work at two different hospitals, one in the state of New Jersey, not too far from my home once you go over to GWB where I'm located, and the other one I rented previously. The other nurse is a nurse that I work with at another place. Unfortunately, it's sad to say that those relationships have led to, I don't want to say it very nicely, people not paying me on time. And it's sad, but it's true. One nurse, the nurse that I knew previously, she moved in December, and she had basically said that some things, I told her that I was under construction and that I have the guy there working, because like I told you, I'm making some modifications to my home, which I can reverse, just to increase the amount of living space, rentable spaces that I have based on recommendations from my realtor. So once she moved in, now mind you, I only said I would charge her $1,000 a month. Didn't ask for any deposit or anything like that because she was in a bind. And I just know, like, moving forward, I'd rather not rent to anybody I have a working relationship working relationship with. Here it is. She paid me one time. That was back in December after being in my home for 3 weeks, and then she said that she felt like she should give me $250. And at that point, I told her she could keep it because she made like she was going to move out of my home. Then she proceeded to say, oh, she didn't find anywhere else to live. Now, mind you, there's nothing wrong with my house. She said that she thought that she would be able to cook. Just because I said, I was going to buy 2 refrigerators for my renters in the future. The other nurse that I rent to, she ordered out all the time. We work a 12-hour shift. And me speaking to her previously, she never said that cooking was an issue. Could she cook in my kitchen? Yes, she can. Do I want people in my refrigerator? I'm kind of funny about that. When I rented in the past, I did when I was in California. I rented a room in a home. It was furnished. It was kind of like an in-law suite, but I didn't have a kitchen either. And I paid that lady like $3,000 a month, and I didn't have a kitchen, and I still had to eat out. So I didn't see it was a problem. Here I am. I'm only charging you $1,000, and you have a problem with paying me. Well, She ended up paying me $700, and that was at some point in December because I said, well, what do you feel like you should pay? And she told me $700. Here it is, Sunday, June 19th. I haven't received any payment from her, and she told me she was going to leave on January 28th. Have I said anything to her? I pay her dust. Am I stressing $1,000? That's neither here nor there to me. I'm not rich by no means necessary. She runs her heater all the time. I do keep the house warm. My Con Ed bill came, and it was $1,600. And that's no cap. It's for the young people. No cap, $1,600. The bulk of it, the majority of it were the delivery charges. And with that being said, she's sitting there running her heater because she claims she's cold. And that's another reason why not to pay me. I'm toasty warm. So I turn the heat off. I'm not paying the heat. I could be just as petty as you. $1,000 is not going to break me. The extra expense of you running the heater, running up my light bill, it's neither here nor there because I'm too blessed to be stressed by somebody. And this is what I said to one of my friends when I was telling them what happened. She said, what am I going to say? Tell her to get out. I said, look at here. I'm planning on being, well, this is where the pettiness come in. As I'm planning on being bi-continental, and these females can't even afford to live stateside. That's how I have to look at it, and that's how I process it in my mind. Call me conceited, stuck up, whatever you want to call me. I just call it the truth of the matter because I could never move into someone's home and not pay them. That's just ridiculous, mean, and nasty by all means. What else? I come home, she leaves the bathroom lights on, she leaves lights on. I have it posted, nice little thing, in the cabinet. Every Tuesday and Friday, the trash is picked up. She doesn't attempt to put the trash, like bring the trash in. She gets home before me because I currently work in Brooklyn, and it takes me about 1 hour from my home to get to Brooklyn, and it takes me generally 30 minutes to get to the hospital in Jersey. The return trip is about an hour, and both ways, coming back into New York and coming back to Mount Vernon, where I currently reside at. She doesn't bring the trash in. I had to empty the trash out the bathrooms. I had to empty the trash out of her room. I act like she don't even exist. Hi, and keep it moving. You don't bother me. You're not going to disrupt my apple cart. I don't know what to say about that. I just turn the lights off. Everything in my house is automated. I checked, on the app, which unfortunately I upgraded my Wi-Fi in my home. I know it's not Wi-Fi. My mom calls it Wi-Fi, so I call it Wi-Fi. So you always gonna hear me say a Wi-Fi, Amazon. That's Amazon, because it's amazing what you can get on there. I have my own words that how I say things. But with that being said, oh girl, she's leaving in 2 weeks if she don't pay me the money. That's fine by me. I'm not stressing her. Something did happen, just to show you how God don't like ugly. She had told me she went somewhere to go get the oil changed on her car, and they messed up something, and she had to get it fixed, and it's gonna cost all this money. See, you should have just paid me my rent like you were supposed to. And that's all I was thinking in the back of my mind. See how karma comes back around? Now, she lives in the state of Georgia. She told me she owns a townhome. She told me that her HOA wasn't paid. They had some kind of storm. She lost some tiles on the roof, and she had a leak, and she's come to find out she was like a year behind on her HOA, and just giving me all this nonsense. But moving forward, it did kind of make me nervous to make me feel like, will renting my house out be this disastrous in the future? The other nurse, unfortunately, who I did rent to, she never paid me on time, and she moved out of state, and she didn't pay me till the last day of December when she was leaving. And then she was telling me, like, the new place she rented out where she's moving to, she couldn't be late with the rent. And I was just thinking to myself, I work 6 days a week to make my dreams happen. You females only work 3 days. You could pick up we are ER workers. They're always offering overtime. Heck, I might pick up a 7th day, just so, because I know I plan on taking 4 months off. So with that being said, everybody moves differently. Everybody manage their dreams and goals. Me, I'm a go-getter. I make the money. I'm realistic in what I can and can't do. Look at that. I got a dark circle underneath my eyes because I didn't take a nap on my break. But with that just being said, these are some of the things that have occurred. Hasn't had any effect on me posting any videos or anything like that. It's just me talking about a reality that has taken place. So when I was having problems with these people, these 2 nurses in particular, paying me on time, it kind of made me think about what I'm going to do moving forward, who I'm going to rent to. It's nice when you find someone that you can rent to and you think you know them, you're going to be able to rent to them on time. They're going to pay your money. I'd rather rent to a stranger. It's more palpable to rent to a stranger. I'm going to manifest it, and I'm going to write how I'm appreciative that my tenants pay me on time and they're respectful of my home. And I'm just going to have more boundaries. I've been working on my my welcome letter for all the renters, just letting them know, like, here are the rules. Oh my gosh, y'all, I don't like wearing shoes inside my home. And please tell me, I have white area rugs. I have a big white area rug with a cream area rug on top. Why this female was walking around in her bedroom where she stay at, and I'll show you later on, with her freaking shoes on that you had outside in the hospital. And trust and believe you me, I worked in that emergency room, and it's nasty in there. Like, that particular hospital is very disgusting. So I'm gonna have to deep clean my carpets when she leaves. But the guys they do that type of stuff for me. They do me a solid. I think they charge like $250. I mean, I bought my own shampooer, so I may do it myself. But when I have to take time out of my life to do things like that, I have to say, what else could I have gotten done on my 1 day off? Do I want to spend 3 hours deep cleaning a carpet, or do I want to call somebody in and they charge me maybe $200-300, and then they'll deep clean the whole entire carpet? I have a white couch. I saw a big dirt stain on the side of it, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Do I want to move the couch out? No. So the room that she's staying in is a family room that I have. That's about roughly 650 square feet. There's a couch in there. I have an 86-inch TV. It's my family room, y'all. This is my home that I lived in, that I'm transitioning to rentable spaces so that I could afford my dream. The largest part of my expenses come from my home. I did call the cable company. I took off the home phone plan. I made some changes to that bill. So my cable bill was coming in at roughly $275 a month. I think it went up a little bit to $283. I think the new bill is going to be $201. They told me it was going to be prorated. The bill came out and it was $201. So moving forward, I'm going to see how much that bill is. Unfortunately, my mortgage went up by $247. The property taxes and the homeowner's insurance went up. They said that I could pay them the $3,000 or however much it was, or just pay the difference. So I just added it on because that money up front, if I pay it to them, what's the difference? Like, that's taken out of my budget now for me to take off April, May, and June. So I just opted to pay the mortgage up. I paid my mortgage up so far till March. So I'm gonna pay my mortgage. I scheduled to pay it next week, so that'll be April, taking care of April. So now we'll be on the positive side of things. And then in February, I'm gonna pay May and June's mortgage payment, and then hit it one more time for July. I plan on picking back up work come July. So I'm just praying and putting everything in God's hands, because sometimes the devil sends little roadblocks to want to make you say, you know what, maybe this isn't realistic. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I should sell my home and just forget it, because I would say this is greater than maintaining my home. Is about 60% of my income. But then where would I live? What would I do with everything in my home? That's ridiculous. So that's my retirement plan. When I opted to stop working full time and just do agency work, and I said I want to semi-retire myself so that I could attain self-actualization. These are little hiccups that we encounter when we have goals and dreams, and I'm not going to let this be a roadblock. It will slow me down. It was not an impasse. I'll find a way around it. So I'm just going to be more careful. And then I'll just make sure, like, I didn't charge her a deposit. I call myself trying to be nice and help somebody out, and then they turn around and they screw me. But, you know, that's what people normally do. And one of my friends said, you know, Kim, females can be haters. They come and they see you have a beautiful home. They see you have nice things. They see, you know, what you're doing, and they hate. So do I feel like this female hating on me? I don't know. I could care less. What are you hating on me for? Like, you own a home too. You own a home in Atlanta, whether it's a townhome or freestanding home. I don't know. I never bothered. When you asked me for a place to stay, I extended it. Then you want to come in and you want to abuse the privilege. Listen, I have too much to lose to get into arguments with somebody. If she pays me, like I said, it's $1,000. Will it have helped? Of course it would. That's something I could have put in my coffer and sat to the side. But, you know, are you costing me more money? Yes, because had you not ran the heater, my light bill wouldn't be $600+. Now, on average, my light bill is about $300, that portion on my bill. You know, you shorted me $300 on the rent. You have not paid me. I didn't ask. I'm not going to ask. I don't need to beg nobody. You already know you living somewhere. You living in New York for $1,000 a month. You have your own bathroom. You come and go as you please. You work 3 days a week. You're making good money, because they offered me a contract back at that hospital, and it was good money, and I didn't take it. So at the end of the day, you only hurting yourself and you blocking your own blessings. You're not blocking mine. God keeps me sane. God has been blessing me. I got floated from off the regular inpatient unit. I've been working in CPEP tonight. If anybody doesn't know what CPEP means, Google it. It's Comprehensive Psychiatric Emergency Program. That's what CPEP means. I'm working in the Psych ED tonight. We went on diversion. I had 3 patients. Look at God. God said, here, child, I'm going to bless you. Last night when I was working in the hospital, I cycled through maybe a total of 10 patients. They kept bringing me people from fast track that were being admitted. They put me in the admitting area last night. I didn't break a sweat, guys. I haven't worked hard this entire week, except one day. I did work a little bit hard, and that was, we had over 170 people in the ED, and when I tell you, the tech that we had, he wasn't sugar honey iced tea. Child, he wasn't sugar honey iced tea. We were in there getting our butts whipped. I mean, when I walked in, I had 3 patients from the new day nurse. She hadn't given any medications. From 10 o'clock, we had a transplant patient that hadn't even gotten their transplant rejection medication. She had a bed, she had a call report, and the next thing you know, the supervisor was like, Kim, you know, she didn't get a medication. And I said, well, she said she was going to get a medication. She had a call report. So we went through and they looked and they were like, oh no, this can't happen. You have to speak up. And I just told the manager, I said, look, I've been telling y'all every time I come in here, you have medications that are not due. I mean, that